All right, now Europe has been divided over the influx of the migrants who have been entering the continent for a decade, and especially in recent times from the embattled West Asia and other parts of East Africa. Now, Sweden has not been spared by the migration wave and hosts a substantial migrant population. Being largely homogeneous, this has had a bit of an impact on the Swedish society. Take a look at this report. The European continent has had to contain refugees crossing from the Mediterranean into the mainland right through the northern and the western coast. Sweden and its neighbours have been appealing to the host nations for those seeking the social benefits and stability offered on those shores. In the year 2015 alone, Sweden received over 162,877 asylum applications for a population of barely 10 million people. Sweden has been accepting on an average 40% of these applications according to the official figures. Top of the migrant source countries were Syria and Afghanistan, with mostly unaccompanied minors. In late June 2016, the Swedish parliament voted for more restrictive policy with a large majority in favour. As a result, residence permits are temporary and the immigration of family members is severely curtailed. The country is also more rigorous on migrants proving their ability to support incoming relatives. These measures are to be valid for the next 3 years. Those who are already in the country have therefore been compelled to integrate and participate in the economy. One of the industries that has welcomed migrants is the hotel industry, where diversity of the workforce is positive for business.
Well, first of all, the immigration has been very positive for us. There are a lot of words in media and so, but for us it has been very, very positive. When all the countries and when the problems came in the Middle East and all these problems occurred, then all countries needed to take responsibility. And I think we are the countries that took the most responsibility, which is wonderful.
A kebab shop in the middle of Stockholm is therefore not an uncommon sight and is one of the signs of migrant integration into the Swedish lifestyle. But not all Swedes are as enthusiastic about the migrant wave. Many worry that this will impact the welfare state as well.
We have quite a developed welfare state with a high proportion of GDP being public expenditure. So right now, actually from a market perspective, there is an initiative to make it less expensive for businesses to employ not just people who have been sort of refugees, but people who have been, for whom it's deemed difficult to get into the labour market.
The complexity of migration for Europe and also the Nordic countries pertains to security. In 2015, Swedish migration authorities reported almost 500 cases of individuals suspected of having terror links or being war criminals. 20 individuals were denied asylum in the year 2015 due to war crimes.
Sweden has a long history of people coming here and settling down here. But recently, immigration in the country has peaked. This has been a security challenge. But beyond the headlines, there are personal stories and reality is quite complex.
4 nations, Germany, Hungary, Sweden and Austria, received around 2/3 of the European Union's asylum applications in the year 2015. Hungary and Austria are opposed to the EU's mandatory quotas on receiving asylum seekers. Germans and Swedes have been more flexible on the issue, often at a political cost. The decline of migrant arrivals in Sweden shows that the country is trying to keep the right balance, doing the best that it can for migrants, but also for its own population. With Siddhant Sibil in Stockholm, Bureau Report, WION.